Good morning,
everybody,
guys.
everybody mute your screen so we can hear Miss Mariana.
Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, April the 8th. Okay, so we're going to do our division. Today's lesson had to do with 4.4, learning the steps we use to divide a 4-digit number by 1 digit. Now, in 4th grade, we only divide by 1 digit. When you go into 5th grade, 6th grade, you're going to get more digits to do that. But right now, let's look at it. We also have vocabulary words: dividend, divisor, and quotient. Dividend would be your total number, the big number. Divisor is part of it. You would get part of the answer, or the part that's going to go into your divisor, or your dividend, I'm sorry. And then you have your quotient, which is another part. Here I kind of made little stars to represent 6 and then 3. Of course, you have to divide 3. How many times can 3 go into 6? So I counted them off, and it would go 2 times, and so that's how you got it. Now, I also showed you this way in school. This is our house. What goes in our house? Our dividend, because it's in the house. Our divisor, or it's at the door. The quotient is our answer. Again, your total, you have a part, and you end up with a part. Now, if we look at it this way, you have a 2-digit divided by a 1-digit, which would be simple. Okay, and then you have 3-digit divided by 1 digit. Again, you have your dividend and you have your divisor, and we're looking for the quotient. You have 4 digits divided by 1 digit. This is where we were. I believe this is where you were in 3rd grade. We started in 4th and we end up in 4th with a 4-digit divided by 1 digit. Sometimes you want to say, oh yeah, 3 divided by 63. Is that correct? 3 divided by 63? Guys, give me thumbs up if I said it right. I did diver. You always have to say the big number. 63 divided by 3, okay? So now we're gonna look at the multiplication and division, because multiplication and division go together. They're brother and sister, right? We can always interverse operations to check our problem. So for instance, 5 times 4 equals 20, and we do the opposite. 20 divided by 4 equals 5. We use multiplication to reverse a division problem. If you want to check it, and I've always tell you, check it and make sure you're right. You divide your problem and then reverse it and do your multiplication to find out. And also, what happens if you have a remainder to it? You would add it to your answer, correct? Okay, so you would use multiplication to reverse the division problem, and you will use the division to reverse the multiplication. Again, just saying 5 times 4 equals 20. We could do that by saying 20 divided by 4 equals 5. Now, we have been practicing our division. I hope you've been practicing your division at home. This is one of the most important ones that the teachers in 5th grade always say. Make sure they know their division and they can multiply. So here you go. The fact family, boys and girls, has a lot to do with the division. It's like the inverse operation. 5 times 3 equals 15. 15 divided by 3 equals 5. Or 3 times 5 equals 15. And 15 divided by 5 equals 3. It's the same thing, guys. Other ways to show your division. This is another way that you could show your division here, by a fraction. 24 divided by 6. Again, this is your dividend. This is your divisor, and this is your quotient. So 24 divided by 6 equals 4. You also have it just like the way we should always say it. 24 divided by 6 equals 4. We don't say 6 divided by 24, because can you put 24 or take out 24 out of 6? No, but you can take 6 out of 24, which is 4. Now, another way that one that we always do in our class is when we put it in the house. We put our divisor 24, our dividend 24, and our divisor, I'm sorry, the wind's getting this, and our divisor 6, and our quotient would be 4. Okay? Our last one, which that we do one of the steps, is we do dad, mom, sister, brother, and rover. And I'm going to show you a video so we can see it. Let me see. Oh, I have to share my screen. Hold up.
Don't forget to share sound too.
Was I not sharing sound?
So when we take that into consideration, the improvements he's made and that, have to look at it and say, well, it doesn't look like he meets that criteria.
Can you hear it? I'm not saying anything. Can y'all hear this?
I can't hear it, Melina.
Okay, hold up, guys.
Me neither.
Where do I? Okay, so remember that we always did dad, mom, sister, brother, and rover. So I'm going to just show you one of the ones that we have.
Have you ever come across a problem like this and wondered, what in the world is this problem asking me to do? Well, now it's time for long division review. Yeah! Does anybody remember what dad, mom, sister, brother, rover, woof woof means? That's right. The D stands for divide. The M stands for multiply. The S stands for subtract. The B stands for bring down. And the R stands for repeat. If you just follow these 5 simple steps, long division is a snap. Okay, so the first thing we do is we divide. 6 divided by 3, or how many times does 3 go into 6? That's right, 2. Now we multiply. 3 times 2 equals 6. The next step is to subtract. 6 minus 6 is 0. Now we bring down. Remember, you need to bring the 4 straight down. Now we go and we repeat. Now divide. 3 goes into 4. How many times without going over? That's right, 1. Now we multiply. 3 times 1 equals 3. Now we subtract. 4 minus 3 is, that's right, 1. Now we bring down the 9 straight down, and we get 19. So we repeat. Divide again. 3 goes into 19. How many times? 6. 3 times 6 is 18. 19 minus 18 is 1. Uh-oh, we don't have any more numbers to bring down. So what do? Is the number that's left over at the bottom smaller than our divisor? It is. And since it's smaller than our divisor, What does that 1 represent? That's right, it represents our remainder. So we're going to write an R1 at the end. Thank you, and we hope you learned a lot. Woo!
Right. Okay. Can y'all see me? All right. So, boys and girls, we're going to do one. So get a piece of paper and a pen so we can do our division and practice this. Okay, everybody have a pencil and paper? So again, I know that I've shown you how to do the dad, mom, sister, and brother, right? So let's look at this. I covered all our other digits, so we're only looking at 5. Everybody got this written down? Well, let me show you. It is 5,842. 5,842 divided by 4. So let's look at our first step. We have to divide, correct? So we put a check. Can 4 go into 5? Can 4 go into 5?
Yes.
Thank you, AJ. He's saying 1 time. Now we have to multiply. 1 times 4 is, anybody? 4. Good job, AJ. He's just showing me with his fingers. 4. What's my next step? Is to subtract. 5 take away 4 leaves. Good job, Turner. 1. Now, bring down. So I'm going to move mine here. And what do I have? 8. So I bring my 8 down. Now we have 18. 18 is my divisor or my dividend, and 4 is my divisor, correct? 4 will go into 18. Anybody? 4 times. Turner says 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. Oops. Did I mark off my stuff yet? We divided, we multiplied, and now we're going to subtract. 18 take away 16. Somebody show me. 2, Turner, Diver, I got y'all. And so now we have to do what? We have to repeat it, don't we? So let's repeat it again. Let's go from the very, or we need to bring it down. Ooh, I went 1 step further. Bring down my 4, and then we repeat. Then we start all over again, right? So 4 will go into 24. Anybody? 6. Good job, guys. 6. Now we multiply. 6 times 4 is 24. Good. What's our next step? Subtract. 24, take away 24. Good. 0. Good job, Diver, AJ. And our last one, boys and girls, we have to bring down our 2. Can 4 go into 2? No. So what do? Do I just say it's my remainder? Is 2 my remainder? Not right now. Do not, wait. No, it won't go in there. 4 will not go into 2, so you have to put your 0. 0. We divided, now we have to multiply. 0 times 4 is 0. And 2 take away 0 is what? Good job, Turner, AJ, John, Joshua. 2. Do we have anything to be brought down? No. But we still have this 2. Is this 2 smaller than your divisor? Yes, Natalie's shaking her head. So 2 becomes your remainder. What does that mean for Rover?
It's leftovers.
Food?
Yes.
Lexus?
Yeah.
Yes. So that is your remainder. But remember the inverse? How do I want you to check it? What do I tell you to, how will you check it?
Division.
Okay, so you did division. The inverse operation is multiplying. So I'm going to take 1,460 times what? 4, isn't it? What's 4 times 0? Somebody show me. Good job, AJ. Good job, Turner. Diver, 0. What's 4 times 6?
4.
Good, Diver. I saw you. 24. Put my 4, carry my 2. We're going to the 100 spot. 4 times 4. Anybody? 4 times 4. Good job. Turner's trying to do it with his hands. Good. 16 plus 2 more would be
18.
18. So I put my 8 and I carry my 1. 4 times 1 is
4.
plus 1 more.
5.
Is that my answer?
Yeah.
5,840. Does that match my dividend? Did it match it?
Yes.
No. That's 5,840. And this is 5,842. What did I do wrong?
And your remainder.
Oh, add my remainder. Is my remainder very important? Yes, I have to add my remainder. 2 plus 0, 2, 4, 8, 5. Now, does my product equal the same as my dividend? Remember, a factor times a factor equals a product. Good job. So your product has to be the same as your dividend. Good job, guys. On your lessons today, when you go into Go Math, or the papers on Go Math, that's what you're going to be doing. It's just division. Make sure that you follow the steps, that you check them, make sure that it's there, that you get the correct answer. And if you have any questions, any problems, send me a text, send me email, anything, so you can get a hold of me, okay? Thank you. Bye. Love y'all. Miss y'all.
Before I get started, Joshua, I want you to stick around after Miss Massar does her lesson, and we'll help you figure out your HMH login stuff, okay? I think he's shaking his head. Okay, guys. So I hope by now everyone has read the story. If not, you definitely need to do that, because today, those of you that have, I'm going to be asking you some questions, and I want you to be looking back at your story and trying to help me find these answers. I'm going to share my screen with y'all, and I can share the book so y'all will be able to see that. Can y'all see the book? Okay, thank you, Ms. Star. All right, guys, so on this page, we have a feature here. Does anybody know what type of feature that is? Is it a graphic feature or a text feature?
Graphic feature.
Okay, a graphic feature. Good job, Turner. Do you know what type of graphic feature that might be?
A map.
It's a map. Good job. So why would this map be important?
To show you where the Mariana Trench is in the ocean.
Good, because that's what the story's talking about, right? So it's going to show us where that location is. Good job, guys. Okay. Next, I want to take us to this page. So it's talking about how these creatures are very strange and unusual. So do we know why they're so different from everybody else? What makes them unique?
Their climates make them unique, and that's what makes them different, so they can adapt to their environment.
Very good, Turner. So they do have to adapt. So for example, like this anglerfish, he has to have what in order to navigate in the Mariana Trench?
A lure.
And what does that do?
Its bioluminescence lights the area around it.
Very good. Good job, Turner. Okay, next page. It's talking about the Challenger that went down to explore the Mariana Trench. So right here, we have this sidebar. So it's that extra information about our story that we might need. So why is it that only 2 people have ever visited the Challenger Deep? Why would it be so rare that only 2 people have been down there?
Because it was too deep and it's too cold down there.
Okay.
So,
There's a higher chance of dying.
yeah.
Okay.
Water pressure.
All right. Why are all these things important?
You could die from them.
It's
The ocean floor
dangerous.
can like crush you. It's all
Right,
the weight
it's-
of the water.
Good job, guys. It's dangerous. It's hard for them to see because it's so dark. It's so deep. The pressure would get to them. Y'all are right. Very good answers, everybody. Okay. And then the last question I have for y'all is on the last page. Oh, hold on. I got to move out of my way. All right. So I want y'all to focus right here on these last 2 sentences. It says, in millions of years, it may be deeper or shallower, but it is sure to remain a wonder that holds many secrets of the deep. I want to know how that sentence makes y'all feel, or what y'all think about after reading those last 2 sentences. How is that going to maybe affect your future? And if y'all want, I'm going to give y'all a little bit to think about that. And then you can even type your answer in the chat if you want, or you can share with us. So I'll give you about 20 seconds.
Nightmares.
Kind of makes me want to be oceanic biologist, because maybe I could find something in there.
Maybe.
There
You think
is already fish in there though. It's cool. Maybe bite your hand off, but it doesn't really matter.
But aren't they different too? Like they're different types of fish that only live there.
Why do they only live there though?
You're not going to find them like in the shallow. Because like Turner said, they have
to adapt to the
environment.
their
Mhm.
environment.
Yeah. Anybody else want to share something with us about how that makes them feel or what that makes them think? Okay, guys. I don't know. I can't find chat anymore. Did anybody chat anything? Okay. All right. Well, if y'all do think about something and y'all want to share with me, just let us know. Send me an exact path message, send a class tag message, an email. Let us know if there's anything that we can help y'all do. And then today, after y'all finish reading the story, y'all will need to take your quiz, your selection quiz on Mariana Trench. Is it important for y'all to be looking back and finding text evidence to help justify your answer? I see some heads nodding. Yes, it is. Thumbs up. Good job, guys. Okay, Joshua, did you have something to share with us? Did y'all hear him say anything? Okay. All right, guys. Well, let me know if there's anything I can do to help y'all with reading, and I'm going to pass it on to Miss Massar. Love y'all.
She doesn't. You're still on mute, Miss Bassar.
Okay, so yesterday we talked a lot about the writing assignment that y'all have to do this week, the personal narrative. Really quick, I wanted to share with you guys the board of how we've been chunking it up because I did update it. Monday or yesterday, you should have read the text and you just went over it with Miss Kuykendall. Yesterday, we talked a lot about what narrative writing is, and we talked about small moments, and we were supposed to brainstorm yesterday, but we're gonna work on that today. So I'm gonna move the whiteboard out of the way. It doesn't fall. And I'm going to pull up. So the writing prompt that we're working on, again, is that we're going to imagine that you are Lieutenant Walsh from the text, and we're going to use facts and details in your imagination to write a narrative describing Walsh's dive in the trees to the deepest place in the world. We're going to tell what he sees, feels, and thinks throughout this experience, and we're going to use our vocabulary words. Before we get to this bottom brainstorming piece, I want to remind you that when we're writing personal narratives, we're not writing a whole big long story. We are writing about a small moment. In a small moment, remember we were thinking like a watermelon. So the watermelon would be like the whole big idea. So for example, if I told you to write a story about your day, the whole watermelon would be like the big story where you wrote everything that you did during the day from the moment you woke up to the moment that you go to sleep. Then you have slice ideas, which are a little bit smaller, but they're still kind of big. They're like medium-sized stories. And that would be where you would write a story about what you did during a class period. So from the second you get to my class to the second that you leave my class. These are two big ideas. And when you write a narrative, you don't want to write big ideas, you want to write a small moment, a seed idea. So you want to take it even smaller. So one specific event that happened during the class. For example, we had a food fight at lunch. That's one event that happened. It's a small moment in time from beginning to end.
If you're talking, I don't.
So I want to go back to the prompt. I want to help you guys plan your compositions, your personal narratives today. So I want you to think for just a minute. What would be, if we're pretending that we're Lieutenant Walsh, what would the big idea of that story would be?
And descending into the Mariana Trench.
Right, the whole expedition. So the big idea would be if we were writing about the whole expedition. And if you watched the video with us yesterday, or if you watched it on Class Tag, you know that whole expedition lasted 12 hours. Does that sound like a small moment in time? 12 hours?
Maybe you're not.
No, that's a big amount of time. That's too much for us to write. So let's take it a little bit smaller. If the big idea is the whole expedition, what would be a slice idea? What would be a little bit shorter? Maybe when they entered the canyon, because remember, you're going from the top of the ocean to the bottom, right? So maybe this is when he entered the trench. That's still a huge amount of time, boys and girls, because they were down there in that trench for hours. We don't want to write about all of the hours that they were exploring, because the whole time they were exploring, maybe nothing interesting happened. So we want to take a seed idea, a small, interesting thing that would have happened while they were down there. So who can think of something? I'm going to give you about 20 seconds to think. I want you to think of one interesting thing that might happen if you were down there at the bottom of the ocean.
Let me know if you want to pop in here a little bit and try again.
Like maybe they were at the bottom and then they saw a huge fish or something.
Oh, maybe they discovered like a new fish. I'm gonna put that one down.
See a skeleton of a dodo.
A dodo. Ooh. So maybe they found something mysterious. I'm gonna write that down. I like that idea, Diver. Very creative.
Are they still alive? No. I don't know.
Are they still alive? Yes, they were on our video yesterday. No, dodos are not. No, they're extinct. Sorry. Discovered something mysterious. Can anybody think of something else that would be fun to write about in this story?
Like treasure.
Oh, what if they found treasure? Because remember, we're using our imagination. It's not like expository where I tell you guys, you know, you can't write about aliens and stuff. You get to have fun this time. So maybe they found treasure.
Maybe they found a shark that was never seen before.
Oh my gosh, maybe they found a megalodon.
Maybe they found a species of fish that could speak.
Ooh,
But they all can't, they can only say their name.
Oh, that's awesome. It'd be like
Pokemon
like
vibes.
Finding Nemo. Pokemon vibes. I love it. Okay, so these are some ideas that you can choose to write about. And just like yesterday, I'll post this on class tag so you can come back and remember it. So I'm gonna scoot that to the side and we're gonna do some quick brainstorming. One of the things when you're writing a story is you really got to get that sensory details, the sensory language in. So I want to take a little bit of time before we do our kernel boxes and get that plan going. I want to brainstorm what you guys think the Mariana Trench looks like, what you think it might smell like, sound like, feels like, and maybe we can get to taste like if we're really creative, okay? So I want to give you just a couple of minutes. I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to think to that video yesterday, or I want you to think to some of the pictures that you saw in your text. And I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to pretend that you're in that submarine with Lieutenant Walsh. I want you to really put yourself in that headspace. I want you to think, what are some things that you would see, that you would feel, that you would hear? Maybe that you would smell. Okay, let's start with the easy one. Let's start with what it looks like. So can anybody tell me what you think that you would be seeing down there?
I would probably see a lot of black.
Darkness. Anything else?
Maybe an anglerfish or two. That like animals with bioluminescence.
Bioluminescence.
A sunken ship.
Ooh, maybe there's a sunken ship. What about inside the submarine? What do you guys think that you would see inside there?
Probably a lot of dials and gauges.
A lot of white.
A lot of lights?
White.
White. Why white?
Because the submarine's white.
Oh, because of the lights. Okay. What about my ladies in my Zoom? I need to hear some girl voices. I miss y'all's voices. Ladies, what do you think?
We had met at the very tail end of the
Don't leave me hanging, guys. I'll unmute you.
students' referrals.
Jordan, you got a good imagination on you, Jordan. What would you see down there?
touch base with you, discuss some things that are happening right now.
Huh?
Let's see.
You know, get an email, so email for you, so I can
I
send
don't
some
know.
information.
What do you think? Would you think you're by yourself in the submarine, Jordan? Or do you think you would have you would see fish,
Anglerfish.
anglerfish,
Flashlight fish.
flashlight fish,
Lots of fish.
lots of fish? What about like a giant squid? Do you guys know what those are?
Like an octopus kind
Like
of.
a big,
Kraken.
a kraken. Okay. What about smells? Do you think you would smell anything in that submarine?
Smells
I
probably
think
like rain.
maybe I would,
Say that
yeah, I
again.
think I would probably smell like salt water.
Salt water,
I thought you were gonna smell rain.
Or fish. Boring.
chlorine, fish smell. Everybody knows that fish smell. What about sweat?
For
Because you
sure.
know, because why do you think that it would smell like sweat in that submarine?
Because you don't have that much air in there.
So you're crammed up.
That's right. You're cramped. Ooh, let's put that up here. People crammed together.
If you're crammed together like that, does that seem like a stressful situation?
Yes.
Not to be stuck at.
If you're claustrophobic, then yeah, that's a pretty stressful situation.
What about some sounds? What do you guys think you would hear down there?
I think I would hear a lot of bubbles.
Bubbles?
Maybe
I'd say I'd probably
maybe
say
fish rubbing against a fish. Or,
Go ahead, Diver. I'm sorry.
I think I'll probably hear the submarine.
The submarine. What do you think it would sound like? Give me some onomatopoeia, please.
I don't know really what to think for the submarine.
maybe like a humming.
Yeah, or that.
Humming?
It's for the propellers moving around.
Ooh, propellers. I love that vocabulary word. Propellers. What about some things that you would feel, that you would touch? You think it's hot or cold down there?
Probably really
Not so
cold
cold.
because no sun reaches down there.
There's no sun.
No
Yeah.
sun. What are some other things that you would feel?
Sand.
Maybe some sand,
A little bit of water probably.
water.
Did you even feel water?
Mhm,
Maybe
when
you could swim with a shark, a goblin
Oh.
shark.
Maybe. Ooh, goblin shark. We might want to put that up there to put in our text that we're going to write. Okay. What about, and I know that this one is hard, so if we can't think of anything for this one, that's okay. But those of you who have been to the beach, especially, when you're there and near the ocean, what are some things that you can taste in the air?
I can
Sand.
taste the salt from the salt water in the air.
Yeah.
The
I can
salt
taste sand, salt water, and rain.
and rain. Yeah, the mist, right?
The mist is my favorite part.
I'm doing it.
Okay. So again, I'm going to post this on the class tag so you guys have your brainstorming that you can refer to, okay? Everybody got that? The last thing I want to do with you, I want to come up with a plan. Now, yesterday when we were talking about narratives, we did say that we're not going to plan them using the kernel I because we're not informing or explaining. We're telling a story in sequence, flowchart steps. So when you're planning your text, you're going to use this type of plan. Okay, this takes the place of the kernel I. So we're going to have the first thing that happened, what happens next, what happens then, and what happens finally at the end of the story. Does that make sense to everybody?
I wanted to call you,
Yes, no, maybe so?
So
Yes, no, who knows?
We sat down and we
Okay, I see heads nodding. So I want you to think for just a minute.
Because of everything going on,
If we were writing our story about discovering new fish, or discovering something mysterious, discovering something at the bottom of the Mariana Trench, how would that story plan out? So what do you think the first thing that would happen in the story would be?
Probably be pretty fast to get, once we get to that point. And then.
Try to find the Mariana Trench or something.
Okay, but remember, we're going to do a real small idea. So we're not going to write about the whole expedition. We're writing just about discovering something mysterious. So we're probably already at the bottom of the trench in our story. So let's help each other out. So the first thing that you would do is you would first, the team was cruising the bottom of
we're all,
trench.
quarantined.
So that kind of tells me my characters and the setting of the story. Who are my characters according to this sentence?
The team,
The team. And what's the setting of the story?
Well, I'm sorry to hear
the
that.
Mariana Trench.
Right. So this sentence establishes that we're already at the bottom of the trench and we're with the team. Okay? So now we're at the bottom of the trench. It's dark and it's spooky. But we can't see anything. All of a sudden, next what's going to happen?
School of Science and class stuff, yeah.
We're discovering something mysterious. If you think of a movie or think of a book that you read.
Maybe you pass by a huge dark shape and you wonder what it is.
Next, we comma, because I'm listing adjectives, dark shape. Pass us by. So first the team was cruising the bottom of the trench.
It'll get better. We'll get
Next, we spot a huge dark shape passing us by. Oh no. Then what's going to happen?
absolutely.
This is the climax of the story. This is the most important part. What are we going to discover?
Maybe the dark figure swims up to the window of the boat, and then we see a huge face.
I knew it was an alien shark.
Oh my god, a huge creature. Because then everybody can make up their own creature. Then a huge creature looks in the window
And I do want to use that as
looks up. Period. And then finally, how's our story gonna end?
once we come back, it'll be getting done. Yeah,
They
all
discovered
right.
a
You
lot
have
of
yourself a
new
wonderful day,
things
and
Finally, we discovered
in the Mariana Trench.
and named, right?
Mm-hmm.
The creature. That way everybody can come up with their own creature if you choose to use this story. Now, that's a plan. Let me ask you this. Are you going to write me a 4-sentence story? Hold up, wait a second. So let me ask you this question. You going to write me a 4-sentence story? Yes, no, maybe so? No. Remember, each one of those boxes is a paragraph. So I want 5 sentences for each one of those boxes, okay? You have a 4-paragraph essay, just like always. And 5 sentences for each one, okay? Tomorrow, when we hop on Zoom, if you have something for me to read, I would really like for you to show it to me so that I can help you revise and edit your texts, okay? Or if you have any questions about what to write in each box, that would be very helpful. You can choose to use this plan. I will be posting it on Class Tag, or you can make up your own plan and your own story if you want to. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. I'm gonna go ahead and open it up to any questions that you have or anything that the teachers want to say before we log off for the day. So you can unmute yourself now, guys.
Guys, if you're doing online, make sure that you're going in there and doing your online and math, Think Central, and doing your 2 lessons on Go Math. If you picked up packets, make sure you're doing your 2 lessons on Go Math and turn it back in on Monday. I miss y'all.
We miss y'all a lot.
Can you practicing your multiplication and division. That's going to help you a lot next year. Yeah, we miss you.
We miss y'all a lot. Y'all have any questions for us before we log off?
I don't have any questions.
No questions?